Let's get into the papers this morning. See the headlines and see what the papers are saying. And I have with me some of our regular gentlemen who do justice to our analysis on the papers this morning. Dr. John, Leadership and Communication Strategies, thank you for coming this morning.
Mike.
Nice to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And Shijibumi Adebi Bennett, social commentator, thank you also for coming.
Always a pleasure.
Nice to see you both. It's a great Monday. All right, let's begin with the Vanguard newspaper now. Integrity must for my next cabinet. Integrity a must for my next cabinet. Buhari is saying that. And Buhari playing to the gallery, that's PDP is saying that, and urges president to await ruling of tribunal. And Transparency International welcomes Buhari's pledge. Okay, from the Vanguard, let's move to the Daily Trust. That's our next paper this morning. That says, 9th National Assembly, Dogara moves to retain Speaker's seat. Dogara moves to retain Speaker's seat for the 9th Assembly coming next. Now, from Daily Trust, let's move to the Daily Sun. The Daily Sun is our next paper now. Buhari gives insight into new cabinet, hinges appointment on integrity and others. Buhari gives insight into new cabinet. Okay, we wait to see how that plays out. From the Daily Sun, let's go to the Punch, which is the last paper this morning. Punch newspaper is saying PDP National Caucus holds emergency meeting over presidential poll today. And Senate will probe February 16 poll delay. Senator Gaya is revealing that. All right, those are headlines across some of the papers in Nigeria this morning. Now, some of the stories that might interest you, Doctor, one of them is on the page 18 of the Vanguard, which talks about the security of NYSC members who act as ad hoc staff during elections. We have recorded since 2011 to 2015 and all of that, NYSC core members have been, source of attacks here and there. Yes.
If you want to look at record, NYSC itself came out some years back to say that 95% of the deaths that occur that involve youth corps members is as a result of accident. But I want to tell you that next to that is election violence. God saved us that election is not conducted yearly in Nigeria. It will have been a major disaster. So, and again, you begin to ask yourself the question as to why NYSC members are being involved in the first place. Is it constitutional? That is the first question. Even if it's constitutional, is it logical? Have we got to the point? Because either we like it or not, insecurity during election has been so pronounced. The last election held in Ghana was on a Thursday, and pupils were going to school. Students were going to school.
So Ghana is ahead of Nigeria.
It's ahead of us when it comes to election. But we do our own on Saturday, yet violence everywhere.
Shijibumi, is that a good enough reason to say, let us stop using NYSC members as ad hoc staff? Because that is, we've heard comments from some people like that.
I don't think it's enough because category of Nigerians will always be used. If it's not youth corpers, it could be students, it could be market women, it could be traders. People used for elections have to fall into one category or the other. The basic thing we have to take care of is security. And it's a plus for the last election, which was held on 23rd of February, because the NYSC has come out to say no youth corps member was killed. And even though we had issues of killings here and there, it was still lower than the last election, though we've not finished the election. But basically, most times the presidential and the National Assembly elections tend to stoke more embers of war.
All right. I wonder what kind of either orientation or special training, defense security training that should go for NYC members, or what kind of security should be arranged for them specifically?
I think it's not about training. Okay. It is about security arrangement. Like he said, I think we have not got it right when it comes to security during election. He said it's better, and I totally agree that the last election, when it comes to security, is a little better. But again, we cannot continue to sing this song of insecurity during election. First is that we deployed all our arsenal, over 300,000 policemen, to secure this election. Would you tell me that that is enough? The question is, it is not enough. We need more hands when it comes to security. We need orientation when it comes to security. And we need involvement of stakeholders when it comes to security.
All right. Another story here is on the Daily Trust, page 3 of the Daily Trust, how my next cabinet will be. Shijibumi, I know this, this will interest you because in 2015, Nigerians waited for months for the president to unveil his members of his cabinet. And this time around, I wonder if they're going to wait for that long, but he's giving insight into what his cabinet will look like. What do you expect it should look like?
The president already said after May 29, he will announce, and he has put a caveat in that he is still going to consider his constituency. That's the whole people, 60s, 70s. So I think that was meant to be a joke as at the time. But I expect, for me personally, I expect a more vibrant cabinet this time around. And I think, like he said, he's going to make sure that more women, more youth come into his cabinet, I think. But, you know, sometimes the president says all these things, and after, at the end of the day, we just see it.
Well, a lot of people are calling for more women to be involved in the cabinet and even more youth. But if we have to put it very practically, there are some people who contributed to the victory of the president, and any politician would expect that they should be part of the cabinet.
Yes.
So how do you separate the issue of those who supported me and ensured I became victorious, and those who are technocrats who would help change things around?
You see, the fact is that there's no political party that you turn to in Nigeria today that you will not see people with integrity.
Okay.
Don't let us say integrity actually resides in one part or one side of the country. So even within his party, he can actually pick people that still have integrity. I know a few number of them. Maybe that's why I'm wearing the number 1 today. Okay, maybe I'll be one of the. maybe I'll be one of those people that will be. So
are you part of the party members?
No, of course, it's going to look outside of the party now. So.
All right, Doctor.
And he's a youth.
and you're a youth. Can you imagine? All right, Doctor. We have to leave you there now. Thank you very much for coming, Dr. John, Leadership and Communication Strategist. Thank you so much, and social commentator Shijibomi Adebiyi Bennett. Thank you so much for coming as well.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.